Hey y'all, we are back with another dense update. Here we go. Well, y'all, it's been 7 hours and 50 days since any other games athletes had announced that they were not competing in this year's 2025 games season. And I know the woke mob was getting a little anxious, but don't worry, an athlete that we already knew most likely wasn't going to be doing the 2025 season. Emma Tall did post to her Instagram. This is the same theme as the other posts that we've seen, 7 or 8 slides, black and white photos. And she had already mentioned this on a podcast back in early December.
But I'm most likely not gonna do that.
So you're going to skip the season?
Yes.
So you're going to skip the season?
Yes.
I know the Barbell Spin had reported on it as well. If you're someone new to the CrossFit community and to the sport, you see what these athletes post on Instagram because they're influencing you. You wish you could be their friends and work out with them every day. And what they say is pretty much Bible to you. But people who've been around for a really long time in this sport and in this community have seen the evolution of these athletes. Matt Souza talked about this on a podcast. So did Sevan. He brought it up when he was talking to Rich the other day.
Kind of the evolution of a CrossFit Games athlete.
Yep.
And not just a CrossFit Games athlete, but people in general. You find CrossFit and you're really appreciative of it.
Yep.
My name is Brent Fikowski. I'm from Kelowna, British Columbia, and I train at Kelowna CrossFit.
So the average day in the life of Patrick Velner, I usually would wake up about, 7 a.m. I'd get up.
Then you start anticipating, like, what's next? What can I do? What competitions can I do?
Where do I fit in? Yep.
Yep. Then you start having expectations. Like, there needs to be the games every year and sectionals and the open, and it needs to be the same every.
Matt, Ben, Katrin, Tia, and Sarah. You're like, oh shit, like we made it.
Then entitlement. Like I'm entitled. Like, hey, maybe they should just waive the open because I made it to the games last year.
And now they believe that things need to be a certain way to meet their specific needs.
So at the end of the day, what we really want is for the sport to improve and change. And we feel like a lot of these changes are long overdue. And with the culture that exists in the sport team right now, they're very unlikely to happen.
And it's not all of them. It's a handful.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
All right.
There
You're
we
up,
go.
Brent.
The professor.
All right.
Here's a PowerPoint.
And then dependency. So their whole identity's in it.
A number of athletes, us three being three of maybe the more vocal ones, specifically in the fittest film.
It's been going on for quite some time. Every single day I go back and I watch an old video or an old podcast of some of these athletes, and you see a pattern. There are a few select athletes. We don't really like the way that you're doing this, so you should do it a different way. They've been unsuccessful because they can't get the full backing of all of the athletes, because a lot of the athletes don't feel that way. And the athletes end up feeling a little bit of peer pressure from them. And then you have athletes like Rich Froning.
Hey, yeah, CrossFit's hard. Let's lean into that. Let's go after the people that want to do hard shit. Hey, instead of changing who we are to become younger, why don't we show how awesome it is that my kids want to come work out with me and do hard shit? Like, why are we trying to change who we are? Because we know it works.
Dear athletes.
But appreciation is where all the fun's at.
Yep, man. It's so much better in life to be appreciative of where you're at, right? There's always something greener, there's always whatever, and then you get there and you're like, we don't know we're in the good old days till the good old days are past, right? Sometimes. And so it's like, hey, well, let's make it the good old days.
And WFP, good luck with them. If you think that they won't turn on you or do the same kinds of things to you at some point, you've now just opened the door to let everybody know that the way you're going to run your events and your competitions are based on what these athletes want. And that is not a fair, true test of anything. Pro card's not going to mean anything. Mars of the Buttery Bros put out a new video last week. Mars had been having some heart-related issues. He ended up in the hospital having heart surgery.
And that's when we came up with a different hypothesis. Maybe this reduced ejection fraction, meaning that your heart's not pumping as efficiently, might be related to the extra strain on your heart.
He has returned to training in the gym since then. There actually shows his very first workout with the guys in the gym after coming back. Really interesting stuff. Encourage you to go check that out. You can find that on the Buttery Bros YouTube channel. Andrew Hiller, he put out about an hour-long documentary on his wife, Alexis, and her hip procedure. It was good, y'all. That one will tug at your heartstrings just a little.
Why are you doing this? Wednesday?
Yeah. I mean, it shows her all the way through the beginning of the procedure, going to check in, coming right out on anesthesia and pain medicine.
To be honest, I don't know what she's going to be like when she gets here.
I knew it was bad. I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Hello. How's it going in there? Are you warm?
I am warm.
Some struggles she had in the hospital while recovering from the surgery, physical therapy thereafter, and then being able to get back to full range of motion and working out again. It was very real, like 100% vulnerable. This is life. This is what's happening. It really shows Andrew's softer side. Not a lot of people get to see that because you just see the no rep Batman calling people out, and not to make it about Andrew because it's 100% about Alexis, but you get to see that other side of him as well. So it's likely a lot of you have already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, go over to Andrew Hiller's YouTube channel and check it out. And finally, on this week's Kill Taylor, that's pretty crazy, y'all. He is putting on a competition every single weekend that someone can join in and try to beat him at to win money. 41 weeks in a row. Prize money was reset to $1,000. James Sprague had called in last week and won that. The workout was
7-minute AMRAP, week 41. 50 sandbag box step ups. 100 pounds for the boys, 70 for the girls, 40 cals on the bike erg, 30 sandbag to shoulder, max cal bike erg in time remaining.
a few guys called in, tried to take their shot at it, not really coming close to Taylor's max cals on the bike erg. And just when you thought the show was over, guess who calls in?
I got more training to do, so I'm gonna stop it there.
Oh
my
God. Jason, did you have any doubt?
No, that was a warm up. Thank you, CA Peptides, for everything. Such an amazing opportunity.
That was crazy impressive, dude. That was crazy impressive.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That was poor Taylor. If you haven't already seen that, go check that out. Kill Taylor, week 41 on the Sevan Podcast YouTube channel. That is all for this dense update. Be sure to leave us a comment, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're into that sort of thing, be sure to head over to my Instagram where you can follow me there for all the latest happenings in the CrossFit community.